You've got to be kidding me. The child support is fraud guy. I just did a video on another child support fraud type of dude who couldn't answer a simple question after he got in my comments. This dude has charges $500, $1,000, $3,000, $6,000 for packages. And I got people complaining that I charge $80 an hour for a one-on-one consult. Craig Carlton from Austin, Texas threatened to assault or kill me because I charge for my time, and he's whining about it. And I said, don't have a welfare mentality, so he gets triggered. And this guy is up here charging up to $6,000 packages. And he has an ebook that talks about how I won my custody case. You know how he won his how I won my child support case. You know how he won that? Because he wasn't the father. You don't have to pay $100. All you got to do is just look at, he only says it in like 1 out of every 100 videos. You know, I've been looking at his stuff for like 3 or 4 years since I've been on Instagram. I never knew that he defeated his child support case mainly because the kid wasn't his. DNA test over and done with. He has all this legal mumble jumble and hoops that he jumped through, and there wasn't proper service and all this other stuff. So he defeats all that stuff. Then they properly serve him, which they can do. I don't know what happened in this case, but then he jumps to, and then I wasn't even the father. He talks all this legal mumble jumble stuff to make himself sound smart. Now he knows some things, and he knows some legal doctrines and stuff like that. But for $6,000, let's take a look at this insanity. And you guys cry that I charge. I mean, it's almost like 1% of what he's charging to get info. And I'm talking about getting full custody. He's not even saying the dad should get custody. He never says that. He says, take care of them kids, you non-custodial fathers, because that's where you belong. So he has a slave mentality for fathers. We're second-class parents. Take care of those kids. You better take care of those kids. Take care of those kids. Let's take a look at this stuff. Now, let's clarify first, like, I don't necessarily per se care that somebody's out there charging a whole bunch of money, but when people are whining and crying in the comments or threatening me because I charge way less than guys like this and they're not even helping you get your kids, they don't even care about the relationship you have with your kids. They just care about discharging child support, only if it's an administrative order, and the guy doesn't even clarify what he's talking about. So guys are probably going into courthouses saying, oh, the child support fraud guy said this place is unconstitutional. No, it's not. It's the administrative courts, but he doesn't tell you that because he's got a little bit of Down syndrome himself. This is what enrages me. Guys get a little bit of knowledge and they run their mouth and make a whole bunch of money and charge people all kinds of stuff. And then if you go watch his Instagram, look in the comments, people are totally in the dark. All the free stuff and free videos I give you guys with free information. And this guy just talked, oh, the clerk didn't stamp the court papers, challenge that and this and that. And then he won because he wasn't even the father. What if you're the father of the kid? How do you deal with that stuff? Anyway, let's take. So if I click on his Instagram, I think that's where I was. And then it goes to like his main link or link tree or whatever with all his links in one. Here we go. One video consultation, $500. This is this package. So you get 30 minutes for $500. I'm $80. I'm $40 for this amount of time to learn how to fight and get custody of your kid. This is to possibly get child support removed. 30-minute private one-on-one Zoom plus an ebook, a masterclass, and remedy documents. So let's say masterclass is a couple of hours. So, you know, if that's me, 30 minutes plus a couple of hours, 240, 280. And then plus an ebook. So I got free samples of different stuff there and remedy documents. I got some free documents on my page. So I'm about half of this package if you put all that stuff together. But we don't even know what this even says or what it shows or whatever. And I show you guys samples of stuff that I do, and I give you free samples of stuff. I don't know if this guy gives free samples of stuff. Let's take a look. Here's the unlimited care event. Only $3,500 for you to get a 1-hour mentorship, 3 30-minute video appearances per month. So he locks you in, and then access to live masterclass for 6 months. So 6 months, that's $600 a month to be doing this stuff. You got your ebook, how to start a masterclass, how to get started in the masterclass, affidavit. So he gives a couple of documents. $3,500. Why didn't he give you piece by piece this stuff? Why has it got to be a gigantic package? Well, I think actually he breaks his stuff down, but this is insane. That's a retainer for an attorney. Then check this out. $6,500, and he'll fly out to your city. You pay for him to come see you and hang out with you, whether a one-on-one or a max group of 10. So I guess you got 10 people paying $650. He'll do mastermind focus and strategy principles and others to obtain remedy from child support services. This high-level education class is firsthand experiences that achieved high-level success. Really vague. Where's the court order showing you this stuff? Look at my stuff real quick. So here's my flow page. You scroll down a little bit. Here's my online store and packages that are $45 a piece. Fighting off a restraining order. That's invaluable. It costs you an attorney. It costs you $3,500, $5,000 to have an attorney fight off a restraining order. Getting full custody or 50-50. Some attorneys want $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 throughout a court case to take it to trial and fight for that stuff. And 99% of them say, oh, you'll never get that. So there's free documents, like I said, pamphlets and information. I don't see Lionel Child Support is fraud doing any free stuff. Maybe I'm wrong. Here's my rates. I give a little bit of discount on the first consultation because I asked for 90 minutes. I once had a guy, I used to be $60 an hour. One guy, and when I upped my rates, one guy said, oh my God, you upped your rates. I'm still the cheapest out here. And again, this dude over here is not even talking about you getting custody or 50-50. He's talking about after you get enslaved, here's how to get out of the slavery, only if it's administrative child support, as far as I can tell. So let's go back to here. Look at this. Proof of James's wins, my custody order. I talk about getting custody. Here's my custody order. I talk about winning contempt. Here's my contempt order. I talk about winning the Court of Appeals. I have an appeals packet. I have defense against contempt, motion for contempt in my store. Transcript, James should go to law school, according to one judge. Mom got her stuff dismissed. I kicked her butt in court. Those are just a few of my orders. Sometimes I share with other stuff with people depending on what they have going on. So let's go back to Lionel. His $6,500 package, he can fly out to your city, 3-hour mastermind at a hotel meeting. Okay, so this is, I guess, is a seminar or something. But you could do a one-on-one and send him $6,500 and he'll come and hang out with you and have dinner. VIP access to live masterclass for a year, remedy affidavit. So you get a year-long thing, $6,500. What's that divided by 12? That's what? 500 a month, $550 a month to be on board for this. You pay for this. Ultimate, unlimited 30-minute Zoom consultations for a year. I saw one time where he said, hey, I'm going to do Zoom consultations and there's only 3,000 spots left, or 2,000, 2,500. Only that many spots left. Why would you tell somebody to hurry up and rush if you're going to fill up? I've never understood that. Hurry up and get your tickets before we're all out. Why would you care that you're about to sell out? You limited the number of tickets. Let's say you got 2,500 tickets to a master class. You're saying, hurry up and sign up before it runs out. Why would you care? Why wouldn't you just tell them, hey, there's 2,500 spots for a Zoom class. Sign up. Why would you say hurry up and do it before it runs out? You're gonna fulfill it. So why would you have to encourage them and motivate them to sign up if it's gonna fill up? Why would you care? That's a hustler. That's a hustler scam to say that, because if their goal is to fill up the class, they're saying the class is about to fill up, so hurry up and sign up. Why would they need you to tell you to hurry up and sign up if he's going to fill up anyway? I don't know. You guys can figure this out. Is this totally worth it to possibly maybe learn how to fight off child support? Why wouldn't you want to get your kids? Why are you having your kids more important than blowing off and fighting off child support? I guess once you're locked in, you can try and fight it off. But this guy never ever says that I help people with court-ordered child support. He only says he helps with administrative division of child support. And the reason why he won, let me show you his book on how he stopped child support. $100 for a book, which the short answer is the kid was not his. He did a DNA test, and his kid was not his. He'll throw a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo in there, but that's the answer. For $100, you could find out that